Alrighty.
I was just thinking you could recycle it.
Okay, hello! Welcome back to Ace Attorney Dungeons & Dragons. Welcome to Turnabout Jackpot. I guess this is technically Season 2, as we playfully called it. We've got some new faces with us this time.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good to see you guys. Welcome to Session 1. Today we will have joining us Drew playing Alexander Cotillo as the Attraction, Max playing Apollo Justice as the lawyer, Fruitbat playing Uendo Tonido as the storyteller, Joy playing Viper Hypnolis as the detective, Samuel playing Nexus Chantine as the magician, and Leo playing Sid Crow as the prosecutor. So
Okay.
our story begins in Cairo, Egypt, where in this beautiful city street, near the river, it's nighttime, there are all these nice buildings. We have a young teenage girl and her mentor are walking together. And the girl's like, wow, it's beautiful here.
Come on, we don't want to get lost. It's across the street.
If you rush through things, you're gonna miss out on all the fun.
I prefer missing out on the fun over missing our meeting. My name is Apollo Justice. I've been practicing law for almost a year now, and I still have a lot to learn. I work at the writer in anything agency, but don't let the name fool you. It's definitely a law agency.
If you can even get the name correct, Polly, it's a talent agency anyway. That's the whole reason we're here.
The girl's name is Trucy Wright, and as per usual, the law agency part of the US office has been ignored and forgotten. But she is right. We aren't here for any legal work.
Exactly. We've been invited to the International Conference of Magicians. I've dreamed my whole life about this.
More like you were invited and I was roped into being your chaperone.
Well, you didn't seem to take much convincing. Not even you can resist the allure of magic. I can't wait to show off my favorite tricks.
More like the allure of a 4-day vacation to Cairo. Not that I could have said no to the boss's adopted daughter anyways. Which reminds me, where is Mr. Wright? Wasn't he supposed to come too?
Oh, Daddy. He's always doing things his own way. He said he'd be meeting other lawyers and sightseeing.
And I'm stuck babysitting?
And you guys arrive at this huge glowing building, and Trucy's like, oh, as she stares up at this casino 15 stories high in the darkness where the magic conference is being hosted. And as you guys approach the front door, this beautiful woman she approaches you. She's got a name badge that says Sarah. She says, hi, are you here for the International Magicians Conference? And Trucy says, yep, I'm Trucy Wright, and this is my coworker Apollo.
Hi.
The woman smiles at you guys. She has a pretty face made up in a style that puts you in mind of like pharaohs, and her outfit is really pretty too. She's got like golden bangles and gauzy drapes. And she says, formerly Trucy Grammary, yes? Inheritor of the Grammary technique? The group before you was greatly looking forward to your appearance. And she's like, yeah, that's me. And the lady clicks her pen and writes something on her clipboard and says, here are your name badges. Purple for you, young man, for being overage, and green for Miss Trucy. The conference will be in the Gold Room on the 13th floor with a break for drinks at 11:30, and the magic exhibition will be on the top floor at midnight. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy your time at the Al Jaizat Al Kubra Casino.
The one now?
The grand prize. Now, as you guys go inside, you start meeting other magicians. Meanwhile, upstairs, Nexus Chantine, the man who hosts the conference and the greatest magician in the world, is waiting in his green room, kind of by himself. Chantine, you're the kind of popular that, like, if you go out into the crowds, you will almost certainly cause a little bit of a disturbance. So, how is Chantine feeling before the conference and getting to show off his new magic? How's he doing?
Another conference, another day. Well, I know what to do. I just stay confident, just gotta remember my tricks, and go out there and be my exact self. No need to go too over the top, to stick to the rehearsal. Then, it'll all go perfectly. But, can't lose my cool out there. Need to stay focused. In the game, I need to win this whole thing. It's not even a competition, but I still need to come out on top.
And as you're giving yourself this little pep talk, a door opens and your friend and fellow magician Al Cotilio kind of pokes his head in the door. Drew, you want to tell us what Al looks like?
It's at this current moment, only Nexus really sees the very tall, almost wiry, slender man standing at about 6'8", holding his cane at his waist, not even using it to really assist his walking, wearing his already well done up, gilded, very fanciful robes. And his hair is perfectly slicked black, salt and peppered.
And he comes into the room. What does he say to Chantine in here?
As soon as he opens the door, he just goes, "Are you ready? This is going to be a big day for you, I'm sure. Is everything prepared for you?"
Am I ready? Of course I'm ready. Everything's prepared. Everything's perfect. I'm ready to go on whenever.
Good, just be safe. I know it's just a little. I'm just a little worried. I have a bad feeling about tonight.
Well, I'm not going to listen to you and your feelings and take that I know what I'm doing and everything's going to go perfect. So don't you worry.
Just gonna nod and just go, "I've told you before to listen to my words. I will let you do as you wish on your own time."
Thank you, but I best be getting ready now, so if you don't mind.
As you kind of politely bid him out of your office. I'm sure Cotilio, you've also got a conference to enjoy. You've got new tricks to demonstrate as well. But meanwhile, only a few minutes walk away, Prosecutor Sidereal Crow is sitting in his dark office. Crow, you want to describe yourself for us?
Yeah, so I'm I'm like half Egyptian and was the other half American? Was that what we decided?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I'm Egyptian American, but I'm obviously living in Cairo. Um I'm kind of like a grizzled prosecutor. I've gone through some shit. in my day, and I've definitely become hardened, like kind of like Miles in the first game, and yeah, so I'm just kind of like sitting there all gloomy with my little prosecutor's badge, just kind of like fidgeting with it in my hands, and yeah.
And you're, you're kind of working, but you're not really working. You're trying to solve some old cold case about a robbery or something, but it's not like really going anywhere. And you're tired. You're tired of chasing the evidence in circles, tired of being in your office when you want to be at home, tired of waiting for a visitor who has yet to show up. And you're just going to give up on him to just pack up and go home when there's a knock at your door. When you get up, Phoenix Wright is standing outside looking a little bit sheepish. He inclines his head and says, Marhaban. Apologies for my tardiness. It's been a while, hasn't it?
I look at him kind of with a little bitter kind of hint in my eyes, right? And I'm like, Salam alaikum, alhamdulillah. But I never thought I'd see you again, but here we are.
And he says, look, I won't waste words. We got off on a bad foot. I've been, stuck on the fringes of the law system, unable to do what I love for a lot longer now, and I've had some time to think. A lot of time to think. And I
Just
was
blurt
afraid.
it out.
Excuse me, sorry. I guess I wanted to apologize. You were just doing your job, and it was wrong of me to be angry.
Wow. How the mighty phoenix bows its head.
And he says, it's generous of you to have me here.
Is that all?
Well, I came to say, other than the apology, which I certainly owe you, I've been trying to learn more about other law systems, other ways of doing things, I guess. I spent long enough moping, and I never gave you a fair chance. So I brought a few questions. Okay, a lot of questions, and I was hoping maybe we could sit down and just talk, try to set things right.
Okay. Kind of like sigh and sit down begrudgingly.
And he said, I heard Viper Hypnosis here, my daughter's at a magic convention or some such. I know you were friends with her. That was a long time ago, but
Yeah, friends is an understatement, but yeah. Stay away from her, I would say.
she's an adult now. Kids grow up quick.
She'll always be a little kid to me.
So you sit down with Phoenix, none too happily, but he has genuine questions. He is curious. You can tell he's trying to understand, and uh it doesn't certainly come near to fixing things, but it does appease you a little bit. You're the type of person who doesn't mind if someone who has wronged you grovels. So the two of you are having a nice conversation. Meanwhile, Phoenix's daughter is at the she's gotten herself fully into the conference. So Trucy and Apollo are exploring, talking to people, and Apollo Trucy is squeezing your arm like so hard it hurts, and she's like, "Look, Apollo, look! The Sunday Sisters, I love them!"
I am
Um,
looking.
and
I am looking.
there's magicians everywhere. She's like, and the Flip Masters! And she points at like a pair of similar looking men in matching jumpsuits, speaking some language you don't know, like Mandarin or Cantonese. One of them spots Trucy and waves and's like, "Ni hao!" And she waves back and grins. Whoops. Almost lost my slides for a second there. A couple of like men in trench coats that you don't really recognize come over, and they're like, "Hi, we're the henchmen. Nice to meet you."
The henchmen?
Well, I mean, that's just our stage name. We're not really named.
Sounds like they're goons. I mean,
He's like, I'm James. This is Lee. Nice to meet you. And James, kind of gestures to this woman. He says, "This is my wife, Raina. And these are our kids." And Trucy's like, "Hi, oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you guys."
A pleasure meeting you all.
And the wife, Raina, says, "Oh, Charles, have they met Liam yet?" And he says, "I don't know." And he gestures over another man, this like exceptionally good-looking older man, leading two teenagers. So one with this long pink hair and a hoodie, and the other one with short dark hair and like a punky look, like piercings, makeup, beat-up sneakers. Both of them are wearing matching pins with the words "Magician in the Making" written on them. And he says to the good-looking guy, he says, "Hey, Liam, you talked to Trucy yet?" And Liam says, "Trucy Grammary, the talk of the town." And she's like, "It's Trucy Wright now, silly. Mr. Wright adopted me." And Apollo, you're feeling a little bit left out. All these magicians are having fun together. They're all introducing themselves to each other.
Yeah,
And
it's all mumbo jumbo to me.
and you don't know who any of these people are, and you're just like so overwhelmed.
Is there anything else around us going on?
You don't see anyone else like you recognize necessarily, but there's lots of people milling around. There's the bar with drinks. There's little like you're in a casino, so obviously you're in like more of a conference room area, but you can certainly go out and play games if you want to.
I don't think I get paid enough to play here.
You're not gonna risk that.
Well, as long
So
as Trucy's having fun.
yeah, you're chaperoning her and you watch over her, bouncing around the room, talking to everyone, making friends. Um, Across the room, you don't recognize him. He barely recognizes himself. Um, Tornado is standing near the bar. You come slowly awake through a sleepy, foggy haze. It's wrapped around you like a warm blanket, and it's hard to fight. But as you slowly become able to see your surroundings, like you're looking through a foggy pane of glass, you're standing up in a warm, dimly lit room, and you can hear people laughing and music playing. Uh, you're at a party. One of the others you've got a drink in your hand, bright purple, better not be alcoholic. You're standing next to this group of young women dressed in brightly colored clothing. They're talking to each other, not to you. You have no idea how long you've been standing here dissociating. And as the world and your connection with your body gets a little clearer, you're pretty sure that you don't recognize any of these people. One of the girls seems to be wearing a hat with like a banana accoutrement on top. You're pretty sure you would remember her. and part of you wants to like sit down on the floor and try and read your journal in case there are notes from the other two. But you're close enough to the women that you're not sure if you're like part of their conversation and whether that would be rude.
Oh dear. Well, I suppose I'm here. I might as well converse with them, even if they weren't talking. Then I guess I suppose I have to figure out how to get back home. I mean, I don't know what time it is. So, yes, I think I'd just like to approach them. I'm not sure how much I was talking to them, but I just kind of poke my head in and say, hello, excuse me, hello, hi.
The ladies look over at you. They're all very pretty. They're all very different looking from each other. They're all wearing a different color. And the girl dressed in like green with the green highlights in her brand is like, "Oh, hi, Uenda."
Yes, yeah, hello. You see, he kind of just looks down and realizes he's still holding the drink and just kind of puts it away somewhere because he doesn't want to be holding that. Hi, hello.
Whoops. We're losing all control of my slides. There we go.
Oh dear. Um. Uh, okay, I should approach this tactically at least. I don't want to lose them. Hi. This is great. This is a nice, good party. I like this. I like the atmosphere.
And the girl with the rainbow colored hair laughs kind of at you and says, "Yeah, good party."
Okay. Not a party where
And the lady in the brown dress with seemingly maybe a sprinkle pattern on her sleeves says, "You're you're enjoying the convention then."
the convention. It's nice. I mean, it's just the ambiance, the laughing. It feels like not unlike a party, um, it's getting what time? What time is it? He does not have a watch, but he kind of feigns it, and it's like, I should probably get home.
And they're like, "Get home."
Yeah. Is there a problem? Is the road blocked? I could probably walk. I mean, it'd be easier if I got a taxi, but I could walk.
And the girl in the yellow dress like outright laughs, like she thinks what you said was extremely funny, and she's like, "Are you a comedian? What are you doing here?"
Uh, um, yes, it's well, a comedian is I'm not a stand-up comedian as such. Rakugo's form of storytelling is comedic in nature, but I wouldn't say comedian. It's um, but that's I'm glad that's funny. Is that's funny?
And as
What do you find funny? I always like to take notes. What do you find funny about that? Just feedback.
she says, "Oh, I don't know. It's just like ironic, I guess." She's like, "Get home." That was good. That was really good.
Oh,
Like you're
thank
American,
you.
right?
Yes, I am. That question's like, oh, oh, it's that one really throws him off, and like, yes, I'm American. Are you not? Where are you from?
And that's not a question that you usually get about your appearance.
No, yeah, I'm very.
And it suddenly becomes clear to you that a significant portion of the signage in the room is not in English or any language you can read. You're pretty
Oh,
sure Arabic.
Ooh, okay.
You're kind of tuning out the conversation around you, like as you try and listen in, you can hear people speaking in multiple languages you don't know. Like you can pick out some Mandarin, a Nordic language you can't identify, maybe Swedish, some Hindi. Now you really don't know where you are.
Okay. 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 um. Okay. Yeah. He's freaking out a little, but he's just kind of taking breaths. He's gotta figure out because he doesn't know where he is. So okay. So there's all this signage is in a different language. That's her. There's no other signage that's also in English. It's just in Arabic.
You want to make a investigation check for me, see if you can find an explanation where you are.
I'll make a little check. Yeah, let's see.
If it comes to having to understand Arabic, then Sid could probably help.
Mm-hmm.
20. Yeah, I will. Yeah,
Need it.
if this turns up nothing, I'll probably have to strike out more and to see. Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a -1 in int, but I have a dumb bard feat, so this is just a flat d20 roll.
Okay. It's all up to the money, big money.
7.
7, not great.
Bad.
Unlucky
Um.
number 7.
There's
Uh.
nothing lucky about this.
You can't find something that identifies where you are, but the longer you look around, the more sure you feel that you are not home and you're far away from home.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Right, okay. Okay, not in anywhere I recognize. Still in California. It's looking less likely. They've had. Well, they've a big pyramid in Vegas. Am I Nevada? That's. Yeah, I think Windows maybe not ready to accept any possibility, trying to minimize it as much as possible. So it's like, oh, this is they would have this in a dumb casino in Vegas. So it's like, yeah, maybe. But then he also thinks like, oh, are you American? And it's like, oh no, he's. Okay, so he's gonna disengage from these ladies because he's like, well, I can't dig this hole deeper. I'm gonna need to find a new hole to dig. And he's just gonna maybe look around to see if there's anyone else he can ask for information. Kind of covertly, not wanting to let on that he's totally out of his depth too hard.
The man behind the bar calls out to you. He says, "Hey, Mr. Tornado.
Hi. Hello.
Your drink. I saw you set it aside. I can remake it for you if you want me to."
Oh no, that won't be necessary. Hey, it's very good. You're very good at this. I'm just, I had wanted to, and I'm like, I think I've had enough. It's not. I don't mean I don't mean that in any personal way. It's not a comment. I'm just,
And he's like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "You've had enough grape soda?"
um, such a thing as too much vitamins. If you get too much, that's bad. It's like, if you have no sun, then that's bad for you. But too much, you get sunburn.
He's doing something with his shaker. And he says, "It's your window, right?"
That's
His name tag says Vinny Parmstead on it.
that's me. Yes. Thank you. Hello.
He says, "So, you're a magician or what?"
Uh, magician. Is there? What made you think that?
He's like, and he kind of can't tell if you're messing with him. Like Are you joking? Are you flirting with him? Are you that confused? And he says, you're at the International Conference of Magicians?
Ah, right. Of course. Yes. I see. I was just trying to catch you out there. That's funny because you see, I'm not a magician. I'm sure this is. Yeah, these are all magicians. I'm actually a storyteller in the Eastern art of Rakugo. It's a kind of comedic storytelling thing. But it's all performance art in the end. Yeah, you know.
He says, "Oh, I see." What he said about grape soda has kind of stuck with you. Um, it's pretty rare that you'll like black out this strongly for this long. You have no idea if days or weeks of memories are missing. Maybe one of the others was like front stuck and couldn't get you to the front. But
Okay.
grape specifically, Patches likes, and sometimes he's got a sometimes for Patches. You don't like.
Oh, Patches, what'd you do to me? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Of course. Of course. Okay, so I'm not near home. Okay, so what is rationale? He's not near home. He's at a big conference. Does Uendo know anything about this international magician thing offhand that rings a bell?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, absolutely nothing.
This
Okay,
is
that's
it,
okay.
it's a magic community thing. It's relatively niche. And he is not a magic community guy.
No, definitely not.
It's not. It's
Definitely
not
not.
for muggles.
It's not for muggles.
Okay. So I'm not near home. This is a conference. I think when he wants to check his own person to see if this is a conference. It's like maybe he has something on him, like some kind of identification, or not like personal ID, but something related to the conference. Because he's like, well, I wouldn't go to one of these, but if I'm here,
And he has a name tag on that says "You Teneo School of Rakugo, Visitor, International Conference of Magicians," like
okay,
an official badge.
okay, I'm supposed to be here. I haven't just wandered here. That's uh, in equal measures reassuring and unreassuring. If I okay, so I'm supposed to be here. Um. Okay, I'd like to turn back to the fellow at the bar, Vinny,
Yeah.
and just say, "Hi, I didn't get a good read at the layout before I flew out or anything. Do you know if he's gonna try and kind of like take a chance here?" And he's like, um. Do you know, like, just where everything is? I don't really know my way around. I'm trying to, I still got, I gotta leave some things someplace. Gotta get my stuff.
Very, very brave. But I think a fair choice. He says, "Oh yeah," he's like, "the stairs up to where the show is going to be are just right over there, and
Okay.
the exhibition's going to be off through that door." He's like, "I'm sure you can find the exit. There's signs everywhere in every language."
Right, okay. Um, cool, thank you.
Are you okay? You look kind of weird.
I'm fine. I don't, uh, travel much, so it's a little, I feel a little fish out of water. I don't. I don't really do much for the school like this, so it's very new. It's very
And he says, yeah, that's perfectly understandable. And he says, oh, shoot, okay, I'm out of soda water. Let me run around the back real quick. I'll be right back, okay? If you need any more help, you can always ask me.
oh, okay. Thank you.
And Vinny kind of like ducks into the back behind the bar where like his stuff is kept. But when he ducks into the back, he's not alone in the small room behind the bar where like the supplies are kept. His wife, Viper Hypnolis, is sitting on a crate of limes, playing like a little game of solitaire, and he says like, "Hey Vi, you winning?"
Oh yeah, well, not really. But, fun anyway. How's it going out there?
He says, "Oh, it's going well. Some dude named Uendo like stared into his drink for 15 minutes, and then asked me uh, all these weird questions. I hope he's okay. He looked kind of nervous.
You think he's okay? Something's going on?
He seemed physically fine, but he seemed scared.
Oh, weird.
It was very strange. I'll definitely keep an eye on him. I don't know. I hope everything's fine. He said he doesn't usually travel, so I hope that is what it is.
I could talk to him if you want.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. We'll probably head out of here when they start the actual show because I got us permission to watch Nexus Chantine's show.
You got us permission?
Yes, I'm
When'd that
100%.
happen?
I know. I know.
I can't believe you did that. Sure,
Um,
I'll go talk to him.
so you guys head out of there. Kisigawa, when you finally manage to fight your way back into your body, whoops, I'm losing my slides again. You're like actively walking around. Which you do not like doing. Um, you're still in the lounge at the conference, kind of wandering around. You make an effort to look normal-ish, although you're still half in the inner world, and you like head straight for the corner under the pretense of getting a smoke and like duck behind a pillar.
Hmm. Ugh. Story. What a nightmare.
You kind of try and figure out how long you've been away, who's been in front. The soda's gone. You seem relatively unscathed, though. You reach in your pocket and pull out a piece of grape candy. And as soon as like the cloying sweetness hits your tongue, you can feel his presence near you. He's pulled immediately to the front, like almost dismounting your seat in the body, which is here. He might have answers for you. He's the one who got pulled away and dissociated in the first place, dragged you with him.
Nah. Patches. Yeah. Give me the info. What are we doing? What are we doing? well, well, you haven't even read up. Poor show, can you say? Poor show. I think we're in the lounge. Oh, it does appear I whited out for a minute. I think the old sponge went to the front for a second there. It's the last thing we need.
You flick your fan open and flutter it, and the sweet scented oils and the breeze on your face help ground you and bring you down to earth.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. The exhibition should be due to start soon. Checked in yet? Are they checked in yet? Is that anything?
Yeah, they're all set to go. Their cover is not blown yet.
Capital. Oh, I don't have my drink anymore. Oh. Well, I can just go back and get it. It's a free world.
So as you guys head back over to the bar, maybe to get a replacement drink if the first one is missing or like left unattended, you have no idea what you did with it. Viper and Vinny come out from behind the bar, and you guys kind of like you're both approaching each other at the same time, and you're both looking for each other.
Okay, so Barkeep, Vinny, how do you do?
This is the guy, Viper. Hi. Good to see you again. What happened there? You looked kind of scared for a second.
Ah, well, just the excitement of the old smoke, eh? Oh, can't keep me down for too long, though.
And Cotilio and Apollo, you are both also in the same room, and I think Cotilio probably has an eye for this kind of thing. For when would be a good moment to go impress someone. Like as he enters the room, this is just starting to happen.
He immediately just walks up to the first person that makes eye contact with him, and he's just going to create a small little just illusory flower in his hand
He
and
walks
just
over
be like,
maybe to one of the Sunday sisters who are, they're very bright looking, they're colorful. And the sister he hands it to takes it and she's like, "Thank you."
as soon as it's like is in her hand, it just poofs into a bunch of smoke and fire. Very just harmless, light based fire, no heat at all. And he just goes, "Welcome, all of you. I hope you are enjoying yourselves at the conference today."
And she says, "Not half bad, Mr. Cotilio."
Thank you, thank you. Do any of you have the tickets to the show for Nexus?
And they say, "Oh yeah." They're like, "Everyone's talking about it. We're all so excited to go." They're like, "We're gonna have a little conference and then we're gonna head upstairs and we're gonna see his new tricks."
Good, good. I'm sure you will absolutely adore his new tricks that he has for you.
And actually, this is exactly the kind of information you're here for.
Okay. So, in business mode, she kind of shakes Patches off to the back. Does Keys going out? Do we have like tickets to that thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's gotten in. So she kind of sidles up. She's not allowed to smoke indoors.
Not
Not
just
happy
smoking.
about that. So she needs something to do anyway. She sort of sidles up to this little group again, leans against the bar. Yo, you're going to that as well?
He turns his head and goes, I am Nexus's assistant of sorts, so I will be there, yes.
Naruhodo. I suppose it wouldn't be any good if you went there. Maybe. It depends.
And the Sunday sisters are all like, we're so excited. They're like, that's half the reason we flew out here.
There must be one magician if all the magicians came out to see him. One hell of a magician.
One of the greatest.
I've never seen him before.
One of the Sunday sisters says, one of the greatest, the greatest.
Mm. Is that a difference in opinion? Nah.
Well, I mean, I guess it's a matter of taste, huh? But you know, we like things that are bright, colorful, fun. He's just our style.
Fair enough. I suppose it's more for magicians to know than for me. Yeah?
And one of the Sunday sisters is like, well, I mean, you avoided our question earlier, but I do need to know, what are you doing here?
Me?
Yeah, you silly.
You don't have to be a magician to get eyes on. Rakugo, magic. You might not think it, but there's a lot of connective tissue. There's a lot to learn. Fortunately, there's not many Rakugo storytellers at the top of their game going out for organizing conferences.
And you're a good liar, but you're not as good at fighting your own mind. And your brain kind of goes back to the day that Taifu invited you to the conference. You'd been confronting with Uendo, watching him work. You'd been sleepy, you guys, not talking that much, and Taifu had called you to his personal studio where he'd been, you know, sitting at the table, working on plans for the next year, and he stood up, bowed to you, and then immediately made to strike you hard across the face. And instantly, instinct had taken over, and you blocked the blow before it hit.
Yeah. Nah. There are easy ways to check, old man.
And he only smiled serenely and said, "Hello, Kisigawa?" And he inclined his head. "Is Uendo gone?" It was a cruel question. Both of you knew how the adrenaline pulled you to the front, and you hated the way he abused that.
Dore. Yeah, he's gone.
And he says, "I needed to talk to you privately, without the others around. You've got quick reflexes, Tanedo-san."
She raises her eyebrow at the idea of a private conversation, but I guess she wouldn't want this to filter past the others first anyway, so
He says, "Come, sit. Have tea."
she takes a seat, and
And he says, "This year, according to all the magazines, is set to be a year of magic." And he pours you a steaming cup of green tea. "The whole world's whispering about it, and the Tonaido School of Rakugo is not going to be left behind. People only view it as entertainment, you know? Money in their pockets, money that's not in our pockets."
nah, yeah, buddy. You're the jealous type, Tonedo-sensei.
And he says, "Rakugo is a revered art. It deserves the highest respect. We both know this, even the magicians know this. I have secured quite the opportunity for you. Quite the opportunity. You know the name Nexus Chantine?"
Nah. I've heard of it.
"Grand conductor of the International Sorcery Symposium. He's an old friend of mine, and I've convinced him that we have an interest in his craft. I've secured tickets to his conference where all the secrets of the magical world will be revealed.
Let me guess. You want me to go?
He holds out a plane ticket to you. You will fly to the International Conference of Magicians in Cairo, Egypt, and you will return. Answers.
Cairo? Deccan. How do you expect me to get this past the other two?
He says, well, I rather think we should leave Uendo out of this. Do you agree?
Yeah, this is funny business. He's not gonna jive well with it. Yeah, okay.
You might feel confused about our intentions. And that gesture, you trust him here?
Hmm. I trust him to keep his mouth shut at least. Maybe it's better if he's in on it. He's not so rules oriented. You know how he is.
And he chuckles and he puts a finger under your chin and turns your face to him gently. And he says, I only have one instruction, Kisigawa-san. Know thine enemy.
Hmm.
Wake up alarm.
I need to know what they're planning. That is the only way we will be able to rival them. Gather as much information as you can. They say Mr. N. Chantine has been locked up in his workshop for months and months designing his newest tricks. If you can, get his belongings when he's not around. He never locks his things up. I know about that. And see if you can't lift a little bit of intelligence.
Okay. Alright. I get it. You know, Tonedo-sensei, if you put half this much effort into espionage as you put into Rakugo, maybe we'd get our own symposium.
And he says, have a good time. You'll enjoy it. The little boy will enjoy it.
She, frowns. But she kind of pulls back in her chair, so it's not confrontational, but it's clearly, displeased at the mention of Owen.
And he says, what? You don't think it's true?
He's a child. Don't bring him into this.
Saying, you know he'll enjoy it? Give him a treat once in a while.
When is it?
December 13th.
Alright. I'll do it.
Thank you, Kisigawa, he said softly, and you knew he was just manipulating you, but the rare kindness was like a breath of wind on your face. Like his gentleness dug into you like a knife. And maybe if you weren't alone, the others weren't listening in on your thoughts all the time, you would admit that you craved it, that he won a little bit of your loyalty right then.
She's definitely conflicted on that. I think she stands up and she turns to leave, and she kind of laughs to herself. Yeah, thank me later, Tonedo-sensei. When I get back, after it's just been you and Gairu for a few days.
And he says, when you see the money that pours in, you'll be the one thanking me. And it's shocking that you guys made it this far without anything terrible happening. You took the plane tickets, you flew 20 hours across the ocean with a layover in Paris, survived all 3 airports, speaking neither Arabic nor French. You made it to the conference. Now is the moment you've been waiting for. There'll be a show, and if you're lucky, there'll be an unwatched moment in which you might sneak into the dressing room of Nexus Chantine and search for what you came here for. If you run into him, even better. He's undiscerning enough to swallow a lie and friendly enough to share more than perhaps he should. But for now, there's little more to do than plan a route. He would never leave his things unguarded before the show. He's probably running rehearsals right now.
Well, if there'll be a big show, everyone will be at that. And security will be all around there. People won't be thinking about that quite as much as room. But I need to find his room first. Need to case it so we can get in and out undetected. There's no telling what security measures you might have. Yeti. What a fucking pain.
And
Okay.
everything in your body kind of hurts. Like you have a headache, your stomach hurts. Co-fronting, and especially guarding the front like this, is exhausting for you. Honestly, you'd be happy for a nap. You have to keep it up. No one else can gatekeep the body like you can, but you're not sure how long it is until you snap. You've been trying to keep it up for almost 20 hours without stopping, and you're a little bit miserable.
It's not ideal, but gotta give myself a little second. If I keep at it and I go in the middle of the thing, that's curtains for me. Never survive in a jail halfway across the world. So, yeah, do we have like a room? Do we have something?
You have a hotel room, but you'd have to leave the conference to get to it. It's not in the same building.
Well, I know kind of like the timing, like before the stuff happens. Like just sort of planning out time before, because Kisei knows that she kind of has to be on the game then, but like maybe before then she can let off a little pressure and let the window in the front or something.
Yeah, there will be like the actual conference part, which like you're not gonna be at because like they have different entertainment for like families and stuff that you can go to. And then there's gonna be the show, and then there's gonna be presumably people just letting out that you'd be able to mingle with the crowds undetected, possibly.
So I'll have the conference to plan, and then ideally I'd execute during the show. This is complicated. All right. I think he says just gonna take a moment, open the journal, scribble in a few things that aren't indicative of what's going on, but just to give Window their bearings. Just kind of lock that up, and then try and bring him forward, just to ease off a little before they snap in half.
And you know, you let go of the front for a second, and you instantly go blurry. All three of you are kind of hovering near the front, and you're just in that kind of in between state where you're all kind of dissociating, blending together. No one's really in the front. And as you kind of get off by yourself, and you stop trying to fight it so hard for a minute. Like, you're here, you've made it, you've done the hard part. He can't get you home now.
Yeah.
And the rest of you kind of head into the conference. So, you know, there's like a couple presentations, people get to show off their tricks. But let's see. What you guys are really excited for is the actual show that's upstairs. So you guys are kind of ushered upstairs. Everyone is sent up there into the auditorium, and there's these like 5 panels on the stage that like look like they're meant to light up. Sam, do you want to tell us what Nexus Chantine's show looks like?
Well, Nexus Chantine's show is full of shadows, full of mysteries, full of illusions, full of spectacular, as he would love to welcome all of you to watch his symphonies of shadows as his razzle-dazzling show with lots of fun and cool tricks prepared for everyone, including the audience. And yes, it is time, hopefully, for the show to start.
So he comes out onto the stage, and he comes and says, "Welcome to Nexus Chantine's Shadow Symphony," and then he kind of he does a little bit of cool, just like not exactly dance moves, but like choreographed movement. He goes behind one of the panels, and it lights up, and his like shadow appears projected onto the front of it. And then as he moves around the stage, more and more of his shadow appear. And then, he's behind one panel, and then he jumps to being behind another.
Oh, it's the shadows from the like the title card.
Yeah.
Yo!
Ah.
You never know where he'll jump out behind. So it's teleportation, it's disappearing, reappearing. He's interacting with his shadows. What does tell us about like one of his tricks? Like, what magic does he actually do?
Well, with these shadows, he's able to almost interact with them, talk to them as if they're real, basically. All the panels, the shadows are switching between each of them, as he's almost getting annoyed, like they're taunting him, basically. He can walk behind one panel, walk out from another across the stage. Like, maybe he can even do dances, like rhythmical movements with the shadows.
I'm sure he does teleportation. He also does like vanishing and disappearing, like his staff, and he has like a little clock on his thing that like birds fly out of, and he like pulls Apollo out of the audience to do a card trick with him. And
Wait,
it's
just
like,
a moment.
it's this amazing show. Like he comes to Apollo and he says, "Okay, like pull a card out of the deck or whatever."
Uh, sure. And he pulls one.
And he says, "Memorize it, show it to your friends, don't show it to me."
Which card is it?
And then he says, "Shadows? Which card is it?" And you've got like the 6 of hearts, and one of the shadows holds up 6 fingers, and one of them like makes a heart with its hands.
Is it correct?
It is correct.
Well, Apollo is pretty used to magicians, sadly, by now, but he's still impressed, and he does a little clap.
They all do a little clap. Everyone applauds for him. And then in his in his final move, Chantine like puts his arms up in the air, and the lights in the room all go black, and everyone's screaming and cheering, except for Kisigawa, who's not in the room. She's wandering around the hallways trying to look for secrets, I guess. So you guys are let out of the show. You trickle back downstairs. Everyone's together. You're mingling with each other. So like, Patilio meets Apollo, meets Trucy, meets Uendo if they pass by him. And you guys are all you're having fun down in the lounge, except for Kisigawa. You have you've successfully infiltrated like his his personal rooms, and so you're kind of alone in the upstairs floor by yourself. It's pretty empty. There's not many people around. Like maybe you can hear someone like off in a side room or something clattering around. But you got to be careful if you don't want to get discovered.
Okay. So I'm on the upper floors here. Am I in the room, or do I have a bead on where the room is?
You found like where his dressing room is, and you found like signs to a couple signs in English made for like the made for Chantine and the people who work with him to like guide him to like different things he'll need.
Right. I guess, okay. I guess before anything else, I should just make sure, see if there's, I'm not gonna trip like a fucking alarm or something, like this, the cameras or whatever, like in the room.
Yeah, you want to roll what investigation? Looking for cameras? What are you looking for?
Yeah, just, I guess, yeah. A little, such a bad character. I get a completely flat D20 for this. Come on. 19!
Okay, so you successfully, when you see a camera, you avoid it because you're not into that. You don't need to get trespassing charges on top of whatever else you're up to. And as you you head through a door, it leads back to the main hallway, and from inside the theater you hear a scream. It's a female voice, and it's just blood-curdling fear.
Okay, like, have I been rumbled? Have I been spotted? Is that it? Can I tell immediately?
No.
Okay, well, shoot, because it's like, I don't know what's going on. It's like, is there a lot of people around? This the upper floors. There's still very few people.
There's not anyone that you can see, other than whoever just screamed for unknown reasons.
Okay, well, if they screamed, then that's gonna attract people. I don't know if I want to be seen up here.
You'd think it would attract people, but still, like, you're not sure if the other person you heard is gone by now. And some part of you, maybe a Patch's part, is scared and sympathetic because you know what it's like to scream and not be heard.
Okay. Okay. I think, for one, I just kind of like duck out of the rooms. I like don't look suspicious or anything. Like that's not a bad thing. Like if I tend to this, I won't be caught immediately. So yeah, then I just kind of try and triangulate where it was, and I go investigate the scream.
It came from inside the theater, which you haven't been in yet. But you don't notice the lights, the panels, everything's all shut off. What you see is Sprinkle Sunday, standing over the body of Nexus Chantine. He's laying face down in a pool of blood from his head.
Oh shit.
Is he
Uh-oh.
like okay though?
He does not look good at all. You can feel patches
Are we
kind of
like?
start.
Are we all
Sorry,
here,
what'd you
by
say?
the way? Are we all here, or is it
No,
just
no one else is. No one else is on the top floor with her, and Pro is not in the building at all.
Fro?
Prosecutor Crow?
Oh, Crow. Oh, I thought you said Fro, like
Me too, it's like-
F-R-O.
Who?
I invented a new character on the spot.
God, what are you talking about?
I don't know if she told you, but Prosecutor Crow has a fro.
The crow fro?
I mean, he is part African, I guess, so makes sense.
That is pretty funny. So you see this body, and you can feel that like Patches starts to swoon at the sight of blood, and you know you're both going down.
No. Oh no.
The best you can do is like sit down fast on the floor, like against the wall, and put your head between your knees. Your vision goes like dark and then bright around the edges, and the last thought you have is like, oh no, Owen, and then you're out.
Oh no. Oh dear.
Downstairs, everything seems fine. Um, Apollo, you and Trucy are downstairs. Cotilio is getting himself a drink, maybe. Viper and Vinny are, wrapping up for the night. You guys will be back here tomorrow afternoon. Trucy's obviously already made a lot of friends. Apollo, you've got a drink, and you're kind of standing near the back talking to Liam. But she's on the floor with Belle and Friday, teaching them like a little sleight of hand trick. All three of them are giggling. Everyone who's in the conference room, so not Uendo and not Prosecutor Crow, and not Chantine, who's in dire straits. Give me a perception roll.
Oh, Apollo is good at these ones.
Apollo. This is your time to freaking shine. Don't have that bracelet for nothing. Ooh, what?
25.
25.
So
Oh Nelly.
just as
That's
he was saying
insane.
to Liam, it's actually pretty nice being here without a murder going on for once.
Okay. How are other people doing? Viper got 17.
Does Apollo have like really high perception because of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cotilio probably would also notice this.
This is perception?
This
Yes.
is perception. Yeah, do you have a modifier?
I got 22.
Drew, do you
I
know
have
how
plus
to use
5.
dice bot? Are they good? Drew, can you hear me?
Drew's gone.
Drew's gone.
This is really sad.
Drew!
Yeah, I still. Sorry.
Hey.
I don't
Yeah.
use a dice bot. I usually use physical dice, or I just use
Okay, you can use
the
your
D&D
physical dice.
Beyond
Fine.
digital roller.
Okay. You can just inform us of what you got.
All right. Is that perception correct?
Perception, yeah.
That is going to be. Oh, where the fuck? And that is going to be an 18.
Okay, so this is not a terribly easy thing to notice, but all of you see it. Especially Apollo, who's got he's totally got a bead on this guy. Across the room, you see like a door open from the stairwell, and a man with like an urgent, hard look on his face crosses the room at a fast walk. You can tell by his outfit, police officer. He's talking in Arabic on his radio, and he disappears through the far door, like gone as quickly as he appeared. And Apollo, your bracelet immediately reacts. You're like, uh-oh, Spaghetti-O, I don't know what's happening, but I don't like it at all. And you're watching this staircase, waiting for him to come back. No one else thinks as much of it as Apollo does, and Apollo sees 6 more officers follow him pretty soon, and all of them go up.
Wait a minute. I'm a detective and I rolled a 22. Don't I get anything for that?
22? I didn't hear your modifier. Okay, yes, you also
I have a
see
plus
the other
5.
6. You
Okay.
see the other 6 head through, and both of you, well, everyone who sees it gives you a very bad feeling.
Yeah, Apollo quickly walks towards Trucy and he's like, I think we need to stay alert. There's a lot of policemen going around.
And Trucy's like, wait, what? What's happening?
I have no clue. Do you think they could be part of an act?
She's like, you think so? What did you see?
I mean, they seem too worried. I feel like something has happened.
So you guys kind of collect yourselves up, and Viper, do you say anything to Vinny?
Wait, where is Vinny right now?
With you guys are kind of behind the bar.
Okay. I just want to say, hey, I noticed a lot of police officers. Do you think we should check that out?
And Vinny's like, you're a detective, right? I mean, probably fine if we go ask them what's going on.
I mean, I'm not on a case, but yeah, sure, it's probably fine.
They'll respect you, right?
I hope so.
You're a strong and independent woman. You don't need no man. Except
I
for
don't
me.
need no man. I only just need the one.
You just need the one.
Wait a minute, that's what the phrase is about, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you make a really good point, actually.
We should probably go.
Yeah, let's go. So, you guys head up the stairs, and as you head up, you go through a different staircase than a police officer is coming back down out of. So you guys like just miss each other. And the guy who comes out into the room kind of calls out in like heavily accented English. He's like, hey, everybody. I'm really sorry to interrupt your night like this. And everyone kind of looks over at him, like a hush goes over the room. And he's like, Nexus Chantine has just been pronounced dead.
What?
I'm dead.
Wait, where is this happening? Do I hear this?
Bravo, bravo.
This is downstairs, so you're heading upstairs. You don't hear this.
I'm like, boy, I better go find Nexus Chantine.
I'll go find out where Nexus Chantine is.
In
But
hell.
Apollo, like, like a murmur goes through the room that kind of turns into like people crying out. Liam next to you looks stunned. He kind of glances at you, like as if to see if you're as shaken as he is.
Well, Apollo isn't too shaken because he's been in a murder in a recital before.
Liam's like, I guess he was pretty old.
Could be. Do you know anything about it?
He's like, no, but like he's an old man. That happens to them, right?
He seemed pretty spry for an old man.
And the police officer guy who came down, or security guard, whatever he is, he says like, obviously, the upstairs floor is off limits right now. If any of you left stuff up there or something, you can come back tomorrow after we've cleared the scene, and we'll have it for you. You guys should probably clear out for the night. I'm sure someone will get in contact with you, about the rest of your conference. And as you're watching, three officers come back down the stairs, dragging a crying Sprinkle Sunday between them in handcuffs. Trucy lets out an actual scream and like grabs onto your arm, Apollo. She's like, Sprinkle Sunday, she's my favorite Sunday.
Your favorite Sunday?
She's the best Sunday sister, Apollo. You don't understand.
Are they like... Do they work at the food stand?
No, she's a magician, Apollo. You're just.
Okay. We can go talk to her. She'll probably need a lawyer.
And like all of the Sunday sisters like rush over to Sprinkle, obviously, but they're kind of buffeted back by the police officers. One of the officers said something that makes them fall back, and they gather around the bar again, like whispering and clutching one another and weeping. And Trucy like grabs your arm and shakes you, and she's like, "We have to do something, Polly. They're taking her away. We can't just let Sprinkle get arrested. You have to defend her."
Wait, we don't even know what's going on. Okay, let's just go ask first.
Okay, you guys head up to one of the officers, And what do you want to say to him?
Hello, my name is Apollo Justice, and I'm a defense attorney. I would like to know what's the case looking like.
He doesn't look at you. He keeps walking. They're still pulling Sprinkle with them, and he says, "Call the precinct. Don't ask me."
I never thought I would miss Emma.
And Trucy's like, "I'm gonna call Daddy. He'll know what to do."
Where is your dad? Shouldn't he be here already?
And she's like, "I don't know where he is." Sid, you're still with Phoenix. When he gets the call, he answers the phone and he's like, "Hi, what's up?" And he's like, "No, Trucy, no." "Okay, I'll be there in like 10 minutes." And he's like, "So,
That's his response. He was like, "Oh no, Trucy, no."
he
Really?
is very tired of murders happening."
Fair. Okay. I'm like, what happened now, Phoenix?
And he's like, "Well, you feel like taking a case?"
Oh. Oh shit. What? Did something happen?
He's like, "Yeah, so my daughter was at this magic conference. And
Yep.
apparently the head honcho died,
Oh.
which seems bad. And I know you are as committed as you are to finding evidence, and she's apparently close with the girl who got arrested. Um, uh, I mean, you're pretty high up the food chain. If you wanted to take this case, I think you probably could."
I mean, I've been kind of mulling over this cold case, so I think I need something to revitalize me.
So, you start making calls on your phone, trying to get yourself put on this case. Viper and Vinny, meanwhile, you get up the back stairs to the auditorium where there's a bunch of police officers, and one of the guys says, "Hey, kids, this floor is off limits right now. What are you doing here?"
Look, I'm a detective, and I think I heard something about something happening, and I want to know what's going on.
He's like, "Look, I know you're an American detective, but if you're not an Egyptian officer, there's really not much I can do for you. This is a crime scene.
There's nothing you can do?
Do I need to escort you off the premises? What are you trying to do? Trying to get near a dead body?"
No. Okay.
And
Wait a
he's
minute.
like,
I have like really high persuasion.
Can
Can
go for it.
can I get a vibe? Does this guy feel like he could be persuaded at all, or is he like never?
He doesn't look like he's gonna respect an American.
This
So you're gonna
sucks.
need to appeal to his thought process if you're gonna persuade him at all.
And what do you mean by that?
You're not in the law system of his country.
Right.
To him, you're just like a young lady who has no business being here.
Okay. I wish the Sidereal Crow were here right now.
And just then, through a door across the room, flanked by two senior detectives, the one and only prosecutor Sidereal Crow enters the scene.
Whoa!
You manifested him.
I manifested him!
The two of you knew each other a long time ago. He's kind of changed since the last time you saw him, but the two of you lock eyes, and it feels like no time has passed at all since you last investigated together.
Oh my gosh! Hi! What are you doing here?
Well, it seems he's
Ooh,
not doing
he's
anything
talking to
here.
you.
I can't hear anything. I'm glitching out.
No, he's muted.
Leo's not saying anything. Leo.
Oh, sorry. I'm like, oh, Viper. It's great to see you. So,
Sorry. Are you
Give me
here
the
for the
rundown.
cops? Or the murder? Did someone die? I feel like someone died.
And
Yeah. Some
died.
magician apparently.
Well, do you know which one? They won't tell me anything.
No, I just heard from Phoenix that the guy running the show died.
and Phoenix kind of sheepishly enters the room behind him, and he's like, "Hi."
Phoenix! Oh my gosh!
He's like, "I should have known there was gonna be a murder. You were here."
Okay, listen. That's kind of my job now, okay?
And he's like, "It's good to see you again. By the way, the guy's name was Nexus Chantine."
You're joking. Nexus Chantine is dead?
And he's like, "Not joking."
That's horrible. Oh my gosh.
He's like, yeah.
Can either of you help me out with these police officers? I don't think they trust me.
Yeah, I can probably probably talk to them. I got some cachet here as a prosecutor.
Yeah, that's a great point.
You know, you've got your two detectives with you, and you come over to these guys, and they're like, "Prosecutor Crow," and they like step back out of the way and let you.
No way! Oh man. I wish I had that kind of respect.
Well, you're still like a young adult at this point, right?
That's a great point. Yeah, I am. How old am I? Like 23?
Yeah, you're, I think, 23.
Okay.
Owen, you wake up somewhere dark that smells unfamiliar. You're sitting somewhere curled up on the floor, scared and alone. You have a headache and a tummy ache. Your grown-ups have told you enough times that if you find yourself somewhere and you don't know where you are, just to stay put. And if you're scared, ask a woman with kids for help. There's kind of like star-shaped confetti on the floor near you that you start like picking up and putting in your pockets because you like the way that it shimmers.
Sparkly.
And there are distant voices like in the room or nearby you, but they're muffled. You can hear something about a crow. I don't know. And like a door opens and closes, and like shadows of people like cross over the section of the floor that like you can see from where you're sitting, and you you hear someone say like, "There's someone back here crying. There's a kid back here." And two faces are peering at you through the gloom, a boy and a girl. You don't know this, but the girl is named Viper Hypnalis, and the boy is her husband, Vinny Parmstead. And the guy says, "He's wearing Uendo's coat? No, wait, that is Uendo. What happened to you?"
Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Are you okay? Why are you crying?
He just collapses, just starts bawling. He doesn't know anything.
Oh my gosh.
Something's wrong. Do you think he's on drugs?
I don't know. Yeah, should we call like a doctor or something?
Do you think it's just shock?
Do you think he saw the crime?
He leans over and whispers to you, "You don't think he did it? Why is he acting like that?"
He's not acting much like a murderer, or not from what I can
I'm
see.
sorry, you're trying to insinuate that a child committed a murder?
But
I thought a baby did it.
We'll
It-
never get past
wait a
baby.
minute.
Yeah.
He's
Crow,
still
you-
like adult.
You haven't
He's
been in
still
our past
adult
cases.
sized, right?
You haven't seen what I saw, dog.
Yeah,
I'm
he is. As you look closer, that is a full-grown man.
okay. Okay.
Um, Vinny says,
Weird.
"For like, we should get him downstairs. Like, the police will probably want to question him if he saw it."
Yeah, I think so. Maybe we should just try to talk to him, or is he too upset?
Try and get him off the crime scene.
Okay, that's a great idea.
Owen, you're scared. You don't really like the way the man like grabs your hand and leads you through the door. You're reminded of everything Gairu has told you about strangers taking you somewhere you don't want to go. You're being taken away from the spot where you woke up. No one will know where to find you. You need to start looking for a woman with kids.
No, he's like wriggling. He's like, no.
What's going on? What's going on?
I don't go with strangers. Don't go with strangers. No.
Okay,
Um,
Sid is gonna take his scarf and like put it around Owen's neck to like try to comfort him.
That's so cute.
Mm. It's like cold.
What,
He's like bubbling. He's like bubbling. He's like he feels it, and it's good, but he's still like fucking freaking out. So he's like he's just like quieter.
what's wrong? Did something happen?
Uh, uh, I'm not. I'm supposed. I was supposed to stay and it's fine. I shouldn't go with strangers. I'm not supposed to do that. I'm not.
and Vinny's like, hey, Uendo, we're gonna take you downstairs, and I'm gonna make you a nice hot chocolate. How's that sound?
I like hot chocolate.
He's like, come on, it'll be nice. You're gonna have a nice time.
Um, okay.
So they take you down the stairs, and they set you up all wrapped in your coat and scarf, um, kind of by the bar, so we can make you a drink. He's getting out like milk, and he's got he's got a hot chocolate mix from somewhere because he can also make like coffee related stuff. And you're looking around. This is maybe the most beautiful room you've ever been in. There's lights, there's colors. Four girls in these beautiful, colorful outfits are huddled in front of this like low glowing counter with the wall lit in green and blue bottles glittering. They're all in crazy clothes and they all look sad. Um, One has a big banana on her head. Their pretty outfits kind of make you want to get near them. They're not women with children, but they're women and they look like children. That could be close enough.
That's something. That's so yeah. He sort of wanders off with hot chocolate.
He's got his hot
It was
chocolate.
pretty like I feel like Taifu was pretty irresponsible not sending Wendo with someone, you know?
Or
iPhone gives irresponsible energy to me.
please. And the Sunday sisters see you and they're like, "Hi, are you okay?"
Um. I. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I need help.
What's going on? Don't you remember us, Yuendo? Says the one girl whose dress looks like chocolate.
And no one doesn't remember, so he just gets like more confused and upset. But
Um,
no, no, I,
Girl in
I,
green says, I'll handle this. Hi, Yuendo. My name's Mint Chip. Is everything okay?
I, no, I need, I don't know.
Okay, I see. You're scared. Do you know where you are?
No,
No, you don't know? Okay, I want you to just close your eyes and relax. I know it's scary to be somewhere new, but everyone here is going to help you. We're going to close our eyes and take deep breaths, okay?
okay. And he closes his eyes.
And breathe in and breathe out. Yeah, good.
And he does the breathing.
And
Yeah.
you kind of get a sleepy, heavy, warm feeling, a fuzzy feeling that you know means your grown up alters are coming to take care of things and you should sit down. If they try and help you while you're standing up, you might lock your knees and faint, and you already feel like weak and shaky.
And he kind of, it's not that he's not big enough, but he like doesn't grasp that he's taller than he thinks. So he kind of like he doesn't like find a seat, so he just kind of sits down on the floor.
Um, And the
Okay,
switch
against a wall.
pretty quickly. Kisa, you're back in the front, and it's utter confusion in your head. You can barely form a thought. The only clear thing pressing through your mind right now, other than like pure dread, is the knowledge that one of you has to ground now and get really firmly in the front, otherwise you might start Rolodexing, like switching quickly between the four of you with little control over who's in the front. It's always a risk after Owen shows up. And you're also fully aware that if you front right now, you're gonna barf.
Jesus. I don't know, I need to get. See, this. Kiska was in crisis mode. She needs. I don't know if letting patches in is a good idea. Windows at least is going to be gormless, so yeah, I think she takes out something for Uendo to ground and just goes for that.
She has like volcano beads or something that you can put the essential oils in, and
Yeah.
she's gonna pull Uendo forward and probably get some combination of Uendo and Patches. Um, Maybe with Patches winning out a little bit because he is hysterical. He saw a dead guy.
Oh, okay. Oh, oh no. Uh, oh, this is awful. This is a horrible idea. Oh no.
Um, Midship comes over to you and she kind of helps you up to your feet and she whispers, "Hey, pull yourself together. Can you hear me?"
Mm, oh, yes.
Are you okay?
Hello, dear maiden. Yes, I'm. Yes.
Listen to me.
Oh.
You listening? I need to
Mm,
talk to you somewhere the police aren't. This is a permanent marker. I'm writing my name and phone number on the inside of your wrist. I'm not going to hurt you.
ooh, a number already. All right.
And she kind of takes your arm gently and writes something there, but like you're so blurry and foggy, you can barely read it. You can see numbers, maybe.
5. Yeah, that'll do.
Uh, like your body is kind of hyperventilating, like you're almost crying. Someone else must be near the front having some kind of panic attack. You're losing your grip. You don't know where you are. You're so scared and confused.
Ooh, ooh, um, ooh, too many trains on the Bull China Express. Oh no. Oh,
You need
where are we going?
to get out. Listen to me. Uendo. Is it Uendo? Answer me.
Yes, that's me.
Okay, it's
Totally.
December 13th, 2026. You're in the Grand Prize Casino in Cairo, Egypt. You need to get back to your hotel room. A man has died. You're in danger.
Oh, right, oh no. Oh, cool. Ooh, fun. Oh no.
Okay, I I see that you're upset. Um, I need you to listen to me right now. I can get you out the back entrance, but I need to know that you're gonna make it back to your hotel. Can you pull up directions on your phone? I want to see you do it.
Okay, yes, I definitely, she definitely, yes, I can do it. I think he's at least the materials to like figure out the directions up, like, something that Kisagawa left. So he's like, yes, she's all right, and he can pull it up on his phone, key and
And
stuff.
she's like, okay, I need you to understand me. I need to talk to you somewhere the police are not.
Uh, okay.
You should go home right now and try and ground yourself. Um, Whenever you feel better, text me or call me, whatever's easier for you.
Right. Is that what you've written on my hand?
Yes. Okay,
Right.
that's my phone number. You can text it. It's gonna be okay.
Mm, uh, well, if you say so. Oh, I need to get out of here right now.
Yes. So the rest of you are either on the crime scene or downstairs. So Apollo, you're downstairs with Trucy. Cotilio is downstairs. And the guy is back. And he's kind of been talking to people, the police officer's back. And he says, all right, hey, it's come to my attention that this guy was important to you all. And people have been asking about some kind of a ceremony. The crime scene is closed tonight, people. If you want to bring flowers or anything tomorrow, if you want to come to pay your respects, that is when we will let you upstairs. No one is going up there tonight without a police escort. And I think Apollo, to you, Trucy is kind of she's upset, but she's relaying to you the information that Phoenix said. She's like, okay, they're on the crime scene. It's definitely Nexus Chantine is definitely dead.
Do you think they could get us in there?
She's like, well, I mean, she's like, not that I ever listened to him, but Daddy's telling me I should go back to the hotel and come back when we're allowed. But I don't. Maybe we should just go up there.
Wait, sneak into the crime scene?
We do that all the time.
Yes, but never in another country.
She's like, oh, sprinkle Sunday's worth it.
I hope it is. And he follows her.
So she comes up the stairs. To you, Sid. Phoenix says, "Hey, my daughter's coming upstairs. Do you mind letting her in here with us? I don't feel right being separated from her." Leo, we need Sid.
Wait, I'm sorry. But I spaced out for a second. Just like
So Phoenix is like, could you give him permission to let my daughter onto the crime scene? I don't want her to be by herself.
well, see, this is kind of a sticky situation. I might get in trouble with, my higher ups if I, just let some girl run around the crime scene.
She might get in trouble with a murderer if she's
Okay,
not.
you know what? How about this? How about I supervise her?
He's like, okay, fine. He's like, also her coworker is with her. You have to supervise him too.
Okay, that's okay.
So Trucy and Apollo come out of the staircase, and you're kind of surprised to see that Apollo is like a full-grown man that's hanging out with her, and she's a teenager. Trucy's like, are you Prosecutor Crow?
Yep, that's me.
She's like,
Sidereal Crow.
she's like, hi, I'm Trucy. This is Apollo. Polly, say hi.
Apollo leans in for a handshake, and he's like, "Pleasure to meet you, Prosecutor Crow."
Yeah, pleasure's all mine. But he's like kind of rolling his eyes as he says that. Because, like, he did not sign up to babysit today.
She's like, he's a defense attorney.
Oh. Okay.
She's like, I know what happens. Defense attorneys fall in love with prosecutors. Are you guys gonna fall in love?
What are you saying, Trucy?
Ugh.
Nothing. Maybe.
I would never fall in love with a defense attorney.
Oh, you're gonna eat your words. That always happens.
No need to say it too.
Oh,
so
are you
harshly.
talking about Wright and his little daddy?
She's like, it just happens all the. I'm just saying, it just happens all the time.
I'm just gonna step away from this conversation. He's gonna ask around the police.
Okay, what do you want to ask him?
Could I know why Rainbow Sprinkle was carried away?
Rainbow Twinkle Sunday.
Well, he doesn't know her.
And the police officers are like, yeah, she was found on the crime scene, standing over the body.
Oh, that's not a good look. Have you determined the cause of death?
They're like, we're still working on it. Looks like an injury to his face, but we haven't found any kind of weapon or anything.
Could Apollo roll to investigate?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna let him necessarily near the body because they have to like do an autopsy and stuff.
What about just like looking around the room?
But he can totally just look around.
Yeah, just not touching anything. Let's see.
Big money, big money, big money, big money.
Let's see. This works.
You got it?
It's rolling.
Oh, there we go, there we go.
22
Whoa!
total.
What happened there?
'Cause
How did the D4 get in there?
he gets a D4 to investigation.
What? Okay, so with a 22 total, you get the full lay of the land. So before, when you were in here, like, you couldn't see that much of the room because like the stage lights were on and all the other lights were off. But now you can see like there's an exit on both sides of the stage, like back to the green room and backstage, and then there's the two doors that you guys came in, and then there's one that like leads outside. You can see they're like doing stuff to the body, but there's enough like blood on the floor that you're like, he seems so dead. Um, and he's been killed like the room. It's like an auditorium with like 3 aisles, and he's been killed like in the center aisle, just like face down on the ground.
Is there anything that seems to look out of order? Anything that shouldn't be there?
Um,
Or that you wouldn't expect to be there?
what most you wouldn't expect is the lack of other anything else to indicate that something has happened. So like you can't see, like, nothing else is disturbed. It doesn't look like there was any sign of a struggle. Like
So the thing that
the
pops out is that nothing pops out. Is that for a quote unquote murder, nothing seems out of order.
yeah, you'd think that there would be something happening, like especially if you injured him that badly, like to take the murder weapon with you even would probably leave like a trail of blood, but you don't even see one.
Yeah, speaking of the murder weapon, is it like apparent how he died?
Um, he was wearing like a mask when he died, like a stage like comedy and tragedy mask. You know what I mean?
Which one of the two, comedy or tragedy?
Comedy.
That wasn't
But
funny. He died.
that's terrible. I guess it was truly tragedy. Um, but he's been. It's not even necessarily making an expression. It's just like a blank mask over his face to add to dramatic effect. Um, and something has broken his mask. And his face and his brains.
So he was like bludgeoned to death.
It looks like more of like a like some maybe something with sharp on the end, like slashed maybe, but you'd have to be
Okay.
like you'd have to be pretty aggressive with that to get through the mask though. Like the mask is all cracked and messed up.
Yikes.
Fair. Okay. Can I roll investigation to like try to see more into it?
About the body specifically,
Yes.
or to like look around for murder weapon or something?
Oh yeah, actually, for the murder weapon, that would be better.
Like you can try and identify like is there anything that would match the shape of
Yeah, I'll try to do that.
the injury, or even like try and think about like what would Sprinkle have had with her. You would probably get a report on what she's carrying with her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you
Yeah, I'm
roll?
gonna try to look around the room to see if I can find anything that might match it.
Investigation. Viper, what are you looking at? You and Vinny.
Okay. I'm sorry. Where are we? Are we in the crime scene? Did we get in?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
awesome.
I got a nat 20 on my investigation roll, by the way.
Ooh. Okay. You get the report back about what Sprinkle had with her, and they didn't find like she barely had anything with her. She didn't have anything in her pockets or anything, but she did have a little bit of like blood, traces of blood on her hands. And as for the injury, what was it caused by? Seeing if you can tell, it looks like a, a stab through the mask with something sharp, and then like a slash upwards.
Okay.
On the physical crime scene, there's sharp stuff, but nothing like with blood on it. Like
So
there's
I'm just a little confused. So he gets slashed from the front, but then he's lying face down?
like he's stabbed through the face, and then falls presumably forward when it was whatever was stabbed
Oh,
into
I guess that makes sense,
pulled
yeah.
out of his
Because
face.
I was thinking, like, if you slash someone, they'd probably fall back. But yeah.
It was aggressive enough that it went like into his brain.
Now, see, I want to investigate, but I feel like nothing I roll is gonna top what's already been found. I guess I might as well try anyway.
I'm gonna get better. Well, you can look for something different.
Okay. But I need something specific to investigate for. Is there any way I could use my detective knowledge here? Help me
Um,
out.
what would you be trying to use, like to try and piece together why?
Yeah, I think so.
Like insight, um, into what this could be about?
Yeah, I think that's what I'll
Okay,
do.
yeah, you can use insight. Or you can use history to try and see if you know anything about him. Whichever
Let
one
me
you want.
check which one is better.
Check which one is higher. And then that's what we'll go with.
Big number,
But
go boom.
I'll give you different information for
Okay, I understand.
whichever one.
They're the same. Okay, they're the same.
Okay, totally up to you.
I will go history.
Okay. To see
Give me a
how much you know
second.
about.
Big money. That's a +3, so it's an 11.
He's famous. He's rich.
This sucks.
Could be for any number of reasons.
Nothing about Sprinkle Sunday stands out to me. Like their past.
History of Sprinkle Sunday. You don't know that much about her. Obviously, the Sunday Sisters are kind of like kids entertainment,
Right.
and it kind of strikes in an interesting way that like they are into their 20s and 30s and they're still doing kids entertainment, that like you can imagine that that would be uniquely stressful.
Yeah. Okay.
But they're
Well,
still
that
like
wasn't very helpful. Yeah.
they're well respected in the magical community. Okay. So like the little guy detectives are doing their thing and they're like, okay, they're like, Prosecutor Crow, we're gonna take the body away to do a full autopsy. That's okay. Um, and then we're gonna try and clear the crime scene to do like luminol, fingerprinting everywhere, all that stuff. Cause like it's a big room. We're gonna try and get some guys in here. So, Leo, he's kind of asking you for like permission.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. As long as I'm watching over you, everything's fine.
They're like, okay, they're like, well, we'll get on that right away. And they start like having like the body like packed up to be taken away. Sorry, Samuel, you're going to the morgue.
Bye bye.
No, don't take me away. Ah.
So they start working on that. Um,
Should have
Phoenix
worn
kind of
a better mask.
Phoenix kind of rounds up like Apollo, Trucy, Viper, and like Vinny kind of comes with, and he's like, so I know they're gonna reopen the crime scene tomorrow once they're done doing this work. Maybe we should go try and talk to Sprinkle, go to the precinct, and then try and get some sleep and come back here tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's probably best. I don't
Um,
know why he would have done it, but I guess it's possible that her whole act was a facade, although she never struck me as the type.
Trucy's like, Sprinkle would not have done it.
Mr.
Okay,
Wright,
well,
what were you up to while we were here?
Who are you asking?
Mr. Wright.
Oh, I told you I was going to visit other lawyers. Prosecutor Crow is an old, I hesitate to say friend of mine, but an old acquaintance.
I take it he won't be warm to our investigation.
We're not on the
No,
best
in my
terms.
years as a prosecutor, I've learned a lot of things, and one of those things is that everyone has the instinct to kill. So I'm wary to declare anyone innocent.
well,
Never thought
Phoenix is
I'd
like,
miss
well,
Prosecutor Gavin.
he's like, we are of a different school of thought. He's like, Apollo, I think that if you'd like to, you could do the honors of being Sprinkle's lawyer since, or at least working with her state-appointed lawyer if they don't let you do it because we're in, international courts, since you actually have your badge.
Yes, I suppose I'm the only one in this group that could do it.
He's like, okay, he's like, yeah, we'll go talk to Sprinkle, see if she's been assigned to a defense of any kind, gather as much information as we can. He's like, I'm sure Prosecutor Crow will hold down the fort here. He's like, but he's like, I don't know, I get I sometimes fall asleep in the middle of important stuff, and I really do not want to do that. So I think we should all get some rest as well.
yeah, I think so.
Um, so you guys head off your different ways. Cotilio, you're still downstairs packing up your stuff, getting ready to leave. How do you feel about the news that Chantine has died? He was your friend.
Feels nervous and worried for his own well-being,
Mm.
perhaps fearing that he may be next, seeing as he was one of the few who was closest to Chantine.
And you obviously don't feel like doing or saying much to anyone tonight. You slip quietly out the back where there is a woman waiting for you. A lady in a pretty green dress carrying a staff like a prop. She's another magician, but you don't remember seeing her at the conference. This is Venus Flytrap, another friend of Chantine's.
Oh my god. Not Venus flytrap.
Venus says,
It's over. I'm out.
"Hello, Alexander Cotilio.
Good day, Venus. How are you?
So she's the killer, we're agreed?
I'm as well as I could be given the circumstances. He's dead. What do you think of that?"
It's disappointing, seeing as he was my colleague. I just wish that I cannot be suspected for anything. It would be vile of me to kill somebody who was practically my best friend.
She kind of swirls her staff in like a puddle on the ground, and in its reflections, you see an image. It's just an illusion, but it doesn't make it any less striking. The dead body of Nexus Chantine, crumpled in a bloody heap, next to the stage of his final performance, and she says, "He's gone. So quick, like blowing out a candle. I don't think either of us liked him terribly well. He was useful in some ways, I suppose, and kind enough, but you get sick of him after a while. I'd wager to say you wanted him dead, and now he is. And then, what? Where will Al Cotilio go?"
Exactly. If he were dead, where would I go? He is my main source of work at this point. I cannot get work without my own previous mentor.
She says,
Why would I kill him if I need him so I can live, so I can have a home?
he had the one thing that could move a man forward in this industry, and he didn't share it. Now, it belongs to no one yet. I don't believe he left a will.
I do not wish for that fame. I was trying my hardest to stay out of the spotlight until he wanted to put me into it, seeing as my magic grew much more better and more practiced than some would argue potentially even his could be.
He says, "See, Cotilio, that's where your schema falls apart. You're never gonna make it in this world, living in Chantine's shadow. You and I, we could make a great team. Money, fame, there'd be a fair share for both of us."
Can I insight check this?
Oh yeah, you totally can.
Okay. So that was a nat 20 plus 2.
This lady creeps you out so much. Like there is obviously some amount of truth in what she's saying. Like he had according to him, he had magic he's never shown anyone, that he can't wait, to show the world, and it's not clear who's it gonna go to. Like he didn't have kids. It could very well end up with you. She was a friend of his. You can understand why she might think it would end up with her. Um, and you don't know Venus that well. Obviously, like you're in the same field, you see a fair bit of each other at events like this. Um, but she's always been a little bit of like a controlling person, whether the people around her like that or not, and it seems like you're her next target.
He just goes, "I'm not going to fall prey to your games. I'm not going to fall to your false sense of camaraderie and your entire facade of folly that you have.
And
I know that you would have wanted him dead. I would not ever want somebody who I could call my best friend dead.
she says, you know, he hid his secret somewhere. Something he was always carrying around with him. You've probably seen it. The keys to his new tricks. If you got your hands on it, Tilio, the world would be ours for the taking.
He just goes, I have no use for allies with ill intent. Especially if that ill intent seems to be garnered towards me and my colleagues. I do not know you that well, so I cannot even begin to think that I would be able to trust you.
She says, oh, don't mistake me, Catilio. She says, you know, I loved him as much as you did, in my own way, but he was old and he was changing. He was becoming more secretive. He was spending more time shut up by himself. He was spending less time with us, his friends. He was stopping caring about the world that he lived in, and now he's dead. And can you say that you're surprised?
He's gonna choose not to answer.
Ooh! And she says, I see you don't wish to accept my offer. I will continue on my own then.
He just gives her a curt nod and continues about his leaving.
And he heads on his way out. So everyone has wrapped up their business, at least temporarily. So that's where we're going to end it for right now. Next time we will get a better look at the crime scene.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm still very suspicious of Venus.
How do we feel
Why?
about
She seems so
Venus is so
innocent.
She shows
suspicious. She
up.
almost
She
seems like
shows
a
up.
red
Her name is
herring.
Venus Flytrap, and then she just insinuates someone is the murderer. Like it just, I feel like that's a little sus.
I think you're crazy. I'm giving her my bank details right now.
Yeah. She just asked for my security number. Why would she be so sus? She's fine.
I mean, she is hot though. Like,
Exactly.
Hot-
Exactly. You
Can't be the
gotta
killer.
get that name, my boy.
Everyone
Exactly.
knows
And I
hot
don't
people
even-
are good.
Yeah.
right? I don't even swing that way, but like, whatever.
See, she's that good.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so is Monoworth just dead for the rest of this?
Yeah, rip. Poor guy.
Yeah, we actually
That's
are
terrible.
Yeah,
killing.
I'm dead. Yeah.
We're actually
Let's be
killing Samuel in real life too.
Pulling an SAO.
Oh.
We're gonna give him a Viking funeral after this.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I'm gonna get the ferry and I'm gonna hunt him down.
To answer your question, no, Samuel is not out of the game, but Chantine is very dead.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like you either are dead or you aren't. Unless you've
He's-
seen the Princess Bride where you're almost dead.
Mostly dead.
But
There are
maybe,
ways
That's what it is.
one can continue to live it, to be alive, and which we shall not say.
maybe he
But
got
yeah.
better.
Yeah. They got
Maybe like there's a
on
cleric
him.
here and they cast Revivify on him.
Yeah, we're in the
Exactly.
future though, so maybe they just like wake him up.
Which
Yeah,
one are you?
When all these murders happen, why don't we just get a cleric and revivify them? A plot hole.
Uh,
Yeah.
are they
We should-
stupid or what?
Are they stupid? Why don't we just get a cleric to revivify old man, every man, and just get him? Hey, who killed you?
Yeah.
Why
Why
don't
did no one ask me, by the way? All you
why
have to
don't we
ask was,
just
hey,
get Maya? Just get the dead back and just become him forever.
You get in here. A
No.
small, medium, at large.
guys, me dying was part of the trick. And then I'm gonna just be like, ta-da, I'm okay again. And the Nexus will be like, yeah,
He's-
they pranked.
Or next session, you're just Gumshoe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
bro.
Yeah, that would actually be very funny. I just come back.
I love Gumshoe.
oh,
Gumshoe's
this-
great.
All this time, Gumshoe has been staying in Egypt, just having the time
Yeah.
of his life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Funny. Okay, are we done recording?
Okay, everyone say bye to the recording.
Bye,
Hi,
recording.
recording.
Bye bye.